this new tree saddle. I'm not set up in the greatest spot, but it's the most forgiving as far as noise, trying to get this thing set up and getting used to it a little bit. I did see a nice buck right here when I was walking through, just looking for a place to set up. So it's now about 4:30. It's still hot as shit out. It's about 85 degrees yet. Probably too hot to be hunting. Haven't really made up my mind about this tree saddle. I like the concept of it, but I don't know if it's just this tree or the way I have to have the tether set up. But my legs are getting tired of leaning. This guy's just going to town back here. Jesus Christ. Well, I think that about does it for my first sit out here. Got about half an hour of light left. The only thing running around out here today is squirrels. Besides a couple that I spooked when I walked out here. I'm probably gonna sit the same stand in the morning or the same setup tomorrow. And move tomorrow afternoon. I don't want to hang this thing in the morning in the dark quite yet, so sit here in the morning and then move in the afternoon. Alright, it's day 2 of my Minnesota hunt. Switch spots. I'm in a spot where the landowner's brother is sitting about 100 yards away from me. They said this little trail that I'm sitting on is where all the deer that he's seen out here the last 2 weeks have been moving right down here, so hopefully I've got the setup. So that's twice today. That I forgot to put my release on. This morning I didn't even notice till almost 9 o'clock that I wasn't wearing my release yet. Rookie. Alright, well that's a wrap for day 2. Nobody out here saw or heard anything, but we're hoping, we got high hopes for the morning, so we'll see how that goes. Been sitting around the fire all night just chilling, catching up with these guys. About time to crash out. So it's day 3 out here in Minnesota. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. Had 2 doe come in over my right shoulder that I didn't have anywhere close to a shot. So right now, plan is to stay in this spot for another sit, and if I see more walking up that direction, I'm going to try to move in a little closer to them. Alright, Wednesday afternoon sit. In yet another new spot. When I say new spot, I'm not tromping all over the woods here. I'm just kind of sitting, checking things out. I see a better spot for my tree and move. Set up 20 yards. It's a little better positioning. That's pretty much all I'm doing. But I think I'm in the right spot now. I got a much better field of view. And I'm not sitting 10 yards off the trail, so. So it's 8 o'clock Thursday morning. It's my last morning to hunt. I got about 2 hours before I gotta start packing up. Pretty quiet morning this morning. Haven't seen a thing. A couple of squirrels. It's been so clear at night that I'm pretty sure the deer are just moving all night long and bedding down during the day. But still got time. Today is Sunday, October 27th. Got 4 days to try to put down a deer. Decided to do a test burn on my wood stove tonight. As soon as I got out here, just check everything out, make sure it's working. It is almost 98 degrees in this tent right now. It's 10 o'clock and I should be sleeping, but it's supposed to get down to 45 tonight, so it should start cooling down fairly soon, but holy crap, it's miserable. Alright, well that does it for my first morning sit. I didn't even bring any of my camera gear out with me this morning. I didn't want to make that much noise setting up, but I am going to set up in a new spot. I'll bring you guys along while I set up the tree saddle. And it's supposed to be warm again today. It's supposed to be about, it's supposed to be 70 degrees, and then tomorrow it's supposed to drop down to 60s, and then after that it's 50s, low 30 at night. So it's about to get real. It's the afternoon of my first day out here again. It's hot and windy. It's about 73, 75 degrees. I'm back out here in the tree saddle. We got a cold front moving through in the next couple of days, so I'm really hoping. Well, that's a wrap for day one. It went pretty much how I expected. I knew it was going to be hot and windy all day, so tomorrow's supposed to be about 15 degrees cooler, maybe a little more, and it's supposed to get cloudy in the afternoon, so I'm hoping that will bring in some movement. We'll see how it goes. Now it's time for a little bit of supper and chill out for a minute and go to sleep. So it's about 20 after 9, day 2 here. It's about 50-ish degrees. Nice little breeze. Nothing but squirrels running around this morning. I've also had a whole bunch of coyotes howling, probably a mile away. Vocal all morning. Haven't heard them this. I hear them all the time out here, but normally it's after dark. I've never heard them during the morning. Trying to blind calling this morning. I've got pictures of 2 bucks locking horns on the trail cam from last week, so apparently they're starting to get in the groove of things a little bit. Pretty nice morning at least. Well, as you can see, I'm checking out a different spot tonight. Wind isn't very good where I got my tree saddle set up, so I'm back down on this little box blind down on the edge of what's been dubbed the food plot. That's not really a food plot, but alright, so change of plan, change of venue. Sat down in that box blind for about an hour. The wind changed drastically with this cold front coming in, and all of a sudden it's in my favor. Not getting as quiet as I could. Clouds are rolling in, temp is dropping. Come on.
Any deer, I'll take anything. It doesn't have to be a buck. I'll shoot a doe. I just want to shoot something. I need some redemption. Alright, so that's the end of day 2. I froze my ass off there tonight. Real feel right now is about 42 degrees. It's windy as crap out there. Not gonna lie, I'm getting a little frustrated with the little amount of deer that I'm seeing, but I guess that's part of it. Update on the tree saddle. The more I sit in it, the more I just fiddle with things and get more and more comfortable. Like the first few times I ended up with a pretty sore back after 3-4 hours out there, but sat out there all afternoon and had no issues with my back. So it is about 9 o'clock Wednesday morning. It's about 40 degrees and it's breezy. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, so I was really hoping the deer would be out and moving around, but haven't seen a thing yet. I have no idea what's going on with the deer out here. It's really getting frustrating. Well, it's supposed to get down to 25 tomorrow morning for my sit, so if that doesn't have the deer moving around, I don't know what will, especially if it's going to rain all afternoon. Should be good tomorrow, but I thought this morning it'd be good too, but I haven't seen a thing. Alright, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon here. Getting ready to head back out to the stand. It's drizzling down rain a little bit, but that's alright. We'll get through it. I got a wood stove I can dry off tonight. This is kind of stupid. Well, I had another change of plans here. Moved down to a blind here, so as you can hear, it's still coming down pretty good. But I can't kill him from the tent, so we'll give it a shot. Alright, that's the end of another day here. It's about 7 o'clock. Pretty much poured rain all afternoon from about 1 o'clock, about noon, till about 20 minutes ago actually. Might as well give a little tour of the tent here. Got my wood stove just ripping. And it's kind of a disaster in here. I got all my wet clothes hung up trying to dry. Don't mind the mess. A little power station here. Running my fan, trying to dry the walls out after we got all that rain. Did get a little condensation in here. A 20-degree bag, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, it is Thursday morning. It's about 9 o'clock, about 28 degrees out. Barely a breeze out here. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with these deer. Not one deer in 4 days. Skip out on coming out here next week. I'm gonna hunt the North Dakota side of the river. Give this place a little rest. See if North Dakota's a little bit more productive for me. Got about an hour left to sit before I gotta go back to camp and pack up and head back to town and go back to the real world for a couple of days.